social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, something for fun or something else. Welcome back to another episode of Midlife Playbook. As always, I'm Matt, here with my boy Naeem.
What's up?
We have a very special guest today. Reece is here with us.
Yep, checking in.
Reece, okay, all right. We'll give him a little bit of background on who you are and why you're here.
So I have a TikTok account. I've gained about 3 million followers, YouTube, TikTok over the years, and I do all types of social media content. So that gives me good insight on social media, the impact. And then I have a lot of siblings too. So I've been able to see the impact, and I'm on it so much. So I see the impact, influence it has on really everybody.
Definitely. But before we get into your whole story and the impact of social media, let's just first discuss the elephant in the room, my friends.
There's no elephants in this.
What are we watching on TV?
No.
We are watching
the Buffalo Bills that nobody cares about
Mm.
playing Denver.
Mm.
And what I'm assuming you're wanting me to say is the first round of the playoffs that
Yep.
the Bengals are not in.
Yeah. So essentially, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow watching the game the same way we are right now on the couch. But nobody cares. Okay, let's get into it. Sorry about that. Reece, your tackle.
Wait a minute. Now we got to get started, too.
Oh, yeah, we got to
We
get
haven't
started.
done that.
Yeah, absolutely. Ready?
Get this. Yep.
Yep.
There we go. Good
Nice.
start.
Nice.
So, yeah, I think today we wanted to talk a little bit about the social media influence on kids. You know, those of us that grew up in the 70s and 80s, like me and you, the old men.
Yep.
We didn't have that shit to worry about.
No, thank goodness we didn't, because there was a whole lot of shit I did that I think was on video.
I mean, I remember dial-up internet, getting kicked off the internet if somebody called you on the phone.
Oh, so mad about that. 94 AOL. Got mail. You remember that?
So today, fast forward, they have internet on every. Oh, look at you. You know,
Josh Allen. It's Josh Allen.
He's going to get.
What do you expect?
He's going to get knocked out of the playoffs running like that.
No, he's not.
Running back.
He's Superman.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Well, we'll see about that next week, but all right.
Wait a minute.
Well, you're going to see the real Superman next week, number 8.
Who is the real Superman?
Lamar Jackson. Action Jackson.
Action Jackson. Yeah, he's just got 9 other Pro Bowlers on the team with him, but let's not talk
Pro
about
Bowlers because he's on the team making them better.
No, listen. The only Pro Bowler other than Josh on our team was an offensive lineman. So this was a rebuilding year, and we built ourselves into the first round of the playoffs. Here we are. So we'll see what happens in this game, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, he is.
Tough hit.
Look at that.
Flag. There are the flags.
Flags everywhere.
Yep.
He's not even
Bring the
moving.
helicopter in. Call care flight.
I hope he's okay.
Look at the posturing.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, social media. I know my son, who is 13 and a half, for that matter, all my kids. I have 3 kids. And I know all of them, a lot of their day and free time is consumed by scrolling and just kind of getting sucked into that trap. Oh, yeah, that's helmet to helmet.
Yep.
Oh,
He's
boy.
If this was college, he'd be
He'd
for that. He'd be ejected.
Yeah.
So I guess we can start with you, Reece. Why don't you maybe kind of tell your story a little bit about, watching it when you were younger in your teens, and kind of how did it go from you just watching it to maybe turning it into what you have now?
Okay, well, definitely when I was younger, even though I'm not too old now, we were kind of using social media, like YouTube, and we were into like Madden. So we were playing like Madden Mobile. So I think it's different now. Kids are seeing a lot worse stuff. But for me, social media, I started around 2020, around COVID. Everybody was in the house, and everybody was doing these dance and TikToks. So we started out with the dancing, but then we started kind of posting our own videos, like skits. So you'd be like acting in a skit, playing different roles. And then we started to get some views, and then I just kind of kept posting. And then once I started to get a little bit of money off it, then I was like, oh, I'm interested in this. Because at that time, I'm a young kid. I've never got money before. So I saw that. I was like, oh, this is all I want to do. And then that's kind of how it's gone over the years. And I've done YouTube, and I've kept posting. And that's why I'm still doing it. It's like my full-time job. And I've been able to make a lot of money on it, save a lot of money from it. And I've kind of used it. For me, it's more of a job, but something I enjoy. So it's positive thing for me. For a lot of kids now, I definitely think it has a lot of negatives because they're seeing a bunch of stuff that they probably shouldn't be seeing.
Right. Now, just to back up a couple things you said. So tell everybody, how old are you now?
21. So I started 2020 around 16. So I was in high
All right.
school.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. And since then, you've been able to, like you said, you've made money, you've saved a lot of money. How did you actually, were you able to make money from the very start, or was there a point like with, podcasting nowadays, how you have to get to a certain point, then you monetize?
Yeah, you had to get to about like 10,000 followers back then. During COVID, we weren't really making money for a little while. I'd say it took probably like 4 or 5 months, and then I really started to get some views off the skits, kind of found what I wanted to do on there. And that was kind of the trend. So it's similar now, just find the trend and then you get going. But it does take time and consistency. That's really the big key that separates me from all the other people who didn't do it really.
Hmm.
Well, let me ask you this: when you were younger, so because I'm sure you were on it before you started doing it for money reasons, did
Yeah.
you feel like when you were maybe, I don't know, if you were on it around 13, 14, even 15 years old, do you feel like you were spending too much time on social media to where it kept you away from maybe hanging out with your friends? Or was it a tool you guys were using to like share common ground, and actually that was your avenue to hang out, if that makes sense?
So starting off, I definitely think it was an avenue to hang out once Fortnite got going around like 2017, 2018, because then we just go to each other's house and we'd be playing Fortnite. But then before that, I'd say we were just like watching YouTube, kind of like a little hobby. It wasn't taking a lot of our time. Like we weren't addicted to it. I was, I was towards the end of the era. I feel like where we were like interested. We call our friends playing outside. Like we prefer to do that. You get home after school, hey, go playing with the friends at the end of the street for a few hours. It was more of that, more so now. You might go inside. You're trying to scroll, see what's going on Tik, who posted what.
Right. I feel like it's maybe definitely shifted
Yeah.
to where now being wintertime doesn't help, right? Because it's cold out. Nobody wants to go outside.
Nope.
But even during the summertime, I felt like I'm having to tell them to get off their phones and get outside.
Yeah. Or even when they're doing things,
Right.
sitting down, just eating lunch, or even,
They're on.
yeah, they're just on the phone, brushing my teeth. I'm on my phone. I'm walking
Yeah.
downstairs. I'm on my phone,
Right.
That's that
You know,
TikTok, I feel like.
Yeah.
when
So,
when Naeem and I were, the age you're at now, this stuff didn't exist. I didn't have a cell phone. Like none of this stuff was happening. And we were definitely like, to find me, you had to see where my bike was parked, whose front yard my bike
Yeah,
was in,
that's
right?
crazy.
laying on its side in somebody's front yard, right?
So it seems to me that kids now are using it as almost a way to connect with each other
Mm-hmm.
more than actually hanging out with each other. And I will say, playing video games online, is that, Reece, do you maybe think that's the new way that kids are hanging out and connecting now, as opposed to actually going to each other's houses? Like, is there a new method? Well, let's play Madden together, or let's play Fortnite together, or whatever the game may be.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I definitely see that. Like kids will play Fortnite and they're not ever really hanging out, and then they can both kind of do whatever they want to do. And everybody wants to play video games now and be on their technology. So I could definitely see that. More so, the games I used to play, we were like playing our own games and we weren't playing like together. Now you can play games together, so it's different.
So, what do you think was the shift for you? Because, you know, eh, well, to fill people in on the other side, Reece is my stepson, so I've got a nice inside information track here. But you once told me you refuse to get a traditional job like the one your mom and I have, a 9 to 5, where
Yeah.
you're answering to a boss, you're answering to a corporation, and you said that is not what you want to do. You definitely want to go the entrepreneurial route, and you want to do it via the internet and these social media platforms. So, how did you come to that mindset?
I think first, like even when we're young, we're watching YouTubers. So we were like watching Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and that's who you're looking up to. You're inspiring to be really. So that's like who you want to be like. So then when you get to the point, because everybody's posting videos trying to do YouTube, but then when you get to the point where you're actually making money, then it's like
Nope, I
actually
got
have
no
a
Get
way.
few.
out of here with
Did
that
you
shit.
see that?
No way.
Oh,
I
no,
did not
that
mean
was
to cut
crazy.
you off.
Oh
Did you
my
see it?
god.
That was crazy catch. Johnson?
No way. He's out of bounds. He's got to be out of bounds.
No.
Oh, and just to rub it in, let's go for 2.
Man,
Ty
4th
Johnson,
down,
baby.
2. They needed that.
There's no
13-7
way
for
he
them.
was in bounds.
They're gonna
Look
review
at that. Look at that.
Look at it.
Look
Look
at
no,
that.
his feet are off the ground and his knee is
So his
down.
knee went down in bounds. So one knee down.
That
2
is
feet.
kind of how the rule is.
Yeah,
And you
one
saw,
knee is 2 feet.
and you saw how Superman
Look at
extended
that
that play.
pass.
Oh gosh. I love the Buffalo Bills.
You know,
Superman's
so
playing the
pass
Denver
right
Broncos, though, so we can't be too impressed.
There, that
It's the
pass right
playoffs.
there.
Playoffs.
Skill versus luck on that throw. Let's be real about it.
Sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good.
I mean, look at the ball placement.
Elite.
Oh,
Come on. Come on.
no.
Just give the man his props. Jeez.
We know the
Haters in
Bills
field.
can do this, though. The Bills are a great wild card team. You don't ever have to worry about that. Great regular season. Second round after that. Woo!
Hey, this is, hey,
Trouble.
Reece, just as long as they don't leave Mahomes 13 seconds, they're good, right?
Hey, listen,
Yeah,
Reece,
yeah,
you're
you're
going
right.
back to your apartment, and Matt, you can drive your happy ass back around the corner.
Oh, that wasn't good. I mean, that's a great play. You got to give it. That's a great catch
It was a great catch.
on a slightly underthrown ball. Anyway,
So, hey, 7 points. So, I'm sorry. Anyway, Reece, okay, back up. Where were we?
YouTube, when I was watching them, and then Jake Paul, I was watching all those people, wanted to be like them. But when it hits a different when you're watching them, and it's kind of like an illusion, really. Like, I want to be like them. But then once you actually start getting money from it, get a couple big checks, then it feels a little different. Then you're like, oh, this is really what I want to do. And it's a lot easier, than waking up in the morning and having to go to a boss and stuff. So you're like, oh, I definitely want to do this. I don't want to do any of that. But even you guys, you guys do sales, so I'm not against sales. I've thought about it, but it's more of a like, I'll ride this wave, and that's like a backup plan. Maybe I could go into that or do something in marketing.
so the interesting thing, so it is a job for you. Like this is employment for you.
Yeah.
How many hours a week do you think you put into your craft? Like shooting the videos, editing them, because the rest of the world is kind of a 40-hour work week, maybe get some overtime, maybe you're working 50. What do you feel like on average? And I know it probably varies a lot,
Yeah.
but if you had to put a number on, say, on average, what does your work week really look like?
On a decently busy week, go out and do some challenges. We're probably looking around, and then you have to travel. So sometimes on average, probably 15, 20 hours.
What type of challenges are you doing?
So food challenges. So, I'll do 1v1s. If people eat more food than me, I'll give them money. So I might have to travel North Columbus. I've had times where it takes me 2 hours and I'm not getting home sometimes till 10 o'clock. And those are some longer days. But on average, I'd say about 15 hours with editing too.
15 hours a week?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot better than
We're working way too hard.
What did we do wrong?
I tell you, we were born in the wrong era. That's what we did wrong.
Definitely wrong era.
Yeah.
So these challenges that you're doing, are you just picking random people, or are they like sending you messages? Hey, pick me. I bet I can eat more pizza than you, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I started posting them. I had a neighbor, and we went and did one challenge kind of just for fun. I didn't think I was going to ever do them again. And I posted it, got 2 million views. So then a lot of people started reaching out where now people just reach out, and then we set it up and meet. And I have a lot of people requesting. So now it's easy to get people.
So you got 2 million views off of your challenge with your neighbor that you were doing just for fun?
Yeah, we had like 2.3 million views, and we were at Applebee's seeing who could eat more wings, and they liked it, thought it was funny. He's going to the bathroom saying he feels sick, so they thought it was
Oh,
entertainment, I
it's
guess.
too easy. Sorry, that 2-point conversion was too easy.
Yeah, Broncos
we
look
just
like
made
they're
it look
losing it.
easy.
I just made it look easy.
Broncos
So
looking a little rough.
Or the Bills just looking that good. I don't know.
Naeem, you should be lucky the Broncos got in there instead of those Bengals, because Broncos lose last week. You know what would have happened.
Well, listen, I am going to be the first person to tell you that I've told several Bengals fans I did not want to see them first round of the playoffs
Okay,
because
at
their
least
offense
you're
is so high
aware.
power.
At least
Right.
you are aware of that
We
dangerous
agree.
team
I'm
they
a
have.
realist.
Kansas City didn't want to see him either. That's why they threw their
Sure
junior
didn't, and I
varsity
don't blame them.
practice
Yeah,
squad
they
players
know.
out there.
No, yeah, really practice squad players. Horrible.
Right.
God.
So I bet anyone listening right now is the burning question because you said you've made a lot of money, you've saved a lot of money, and I will speak for you. You are a 21-year-old who does a phenomenal job of being extremely frugal. And, I think a lot of adults could even take lessons from that. But the burning question is, and we don't need to know an exact number, or we don't need to know your number, but we want to know what is the potential income, not talking about the Jake Pauls who are making millions and millions of dollars, but the casual, why don't you, number one, tell us all the social media platforms that you're on and a rough estimate of what the average beginner could make.
So I'm on Instagram, YouTube a little bit, not as much anymore. I used to do a lot though. And then TikTok mainly now. As a opening person, beginner, you're not really going to have any sponsorships for a while, but you can get money off views on shorts. YouTube, you could probably get about 1,000. That's not too hard once you really
That's
get
per
rolling.
short.
Total per month.
Oh, total
They
per
don't
month. Okay.
pay good. You have to pull some solid view just for 1,000. They don't pay much. Now, if you're posting normal YouTube videos and you start getting 1,000,000 views on those, you get $3,000 per million views. So that's the highest paying. It's just harder. But beginner TikTok, I'd probably say you could get rolling. You could probably make about 3,000 first couple months, a month once you get rolling.
So the idea is to get on several platforms and maximize the
Yeah.
potential, however they're going to pay. Okay, great.
So Reece, if people listening and they want to check your stuff out, what are your handles for your platforms?
So TikTok, it's impossible runs because I do a lot of crazy running challenge, so they're impossible. So impossible runs. And then Instagram, it's Reece, Reece, and then running, since I do a lot of running outside. So those are my main socials I'm posting on right now.
So tell everybody about the Flying Pig Marathon. For those who don't know, in Cincinnati, we have an annual marathon called the Flying Pig. That is a huge draw for so many people.
I think maybe we'll do a second episode of this series. You can talk about Flying Pig.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, here's a little teaser. What did you do in the Flying Pig?
I ran in a certain costume, and it was very hot, and everybody thought it was very funny what I was running in.
That's fantastic. Reece, you want to wrap it here? But we do have some interesting news for those of you who have reached out to us on, Facebook or different platforms. But there is a new way that you can reach out.
Yes. We have an email now that we would love to get some viewer questions, viewer feedback.
What do you want to hear us talk about?
Right. Is there something you want to hear us talk about? It's a midlife playbook show, all one word, at gmail.com. That's midlife playbook show at gmail.com. Please send us emails. We will answer questions. We will talk about what you want to hear. I think we're going to wrap it up for now. And we will be back real soon. Thanks,
Reece,
guys.
Reece, really appreciate you joining us here. Anything else you want to let the people know?
No, appreciate y'all.
All right. We'll see you. Go
See
Bills.
you.